Hey guys, what's been happening? It's your boy Zine here and it's been ages, right? Oh my god, it's been 2 weeks now. Now first of all I want to mention guys, I have some good news but I have some bad news. Now we're gonna start with the good news. Just recently I was cleaning my room and I found my old webcam. Now this is the Logitech Pro 9000 and it's not the most the most comfortable webcam when you're making this sort of videos, but it will do for now. Now the bad news is I actually got a call and they actually told me it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take 14 days for me to get that Yeti. We're just gonna wait for it, but at least we have this right here to make commentary with. And with that being said, let's just jump straight to the match itself. Why not, right? We're just gonna lead with Dragonite. This is a match against Shiny. I will leave his link in the description. I believe he is making videos of his own, and I'm just gonna proceed to go for the Power Punch. Now I don't want to switch out because the thing is I still want to kind of heavily damage this Ferrothorn straight off the bat, and he actually surprised me right here with a Gyro Ball straight off the bat, but not really thinking that it's gonna OHKO me. It did, and this kind of got me realizing it is Bandit, no doubt. Now knowing he is Bandit, I'm gonna switch out to Infernape. Don't want to risk the Fire Blast missing because that Pharaoh is really powerful. I was quite surprised by the amount of damage that Gyro Ball did to me. It's a Dragonite. Even after breaking down the multi-scale, it's still a Dragonite at full HP, and just OHKO me right there, like a little bit of damage and it's just straight OHKO. That is crazy powerful. But we're gonna retaliate, we're gonna revenge it with Human to Ape. He's gonna proceed to go to his own fire Pokemon, but unfortunately even with minus defense his Stone Edge is not gonna be enough, and I did not want to switch out because Hihidruma can easily U-turn, get that switching. Plus the fate is I don't have too many Pokemon to really take this Hihidruma on. Plus Infernape kinda did his job. I don't see my Infernape really doing much against his team. It's quite fast and majority of his guys are still gonna outspeed me or just take my move and retaliate and take me out. So I was thinking, you know what, Infernape may as well go down, but luckily that was not the case because he is Scarf Lock into Stone Edge. We're gonna proceed to go to our Scizor to take this at least 2, and my calculations were actually correct because yeah, this crit right here, of course didn't matter. I'm Life Orb on top of it all, and not to mention that the reason I roost there was to expect him to at least miss once because it is Stone Edge and it does have a new name, Stone Miss, but that did not happen. And the funny thing is, when you rely on Stone Edge missing, it never misses, but when you use them, it like always misses on the most crucial moments. It goes for everybody. It's crazy, but right now I'm gonna decide to go to Infernape. Well, I could have switched out straight to my Ditto, preserve my Infernape for later on, but I was thinking, you know what, if he's gonna predict me to switch out, it's way too risky of my move. I need to play it safe so my Ditto can come in, so I decide to sack my Infernape, go to my my Ditto, copy that Dittdra plus Scarf, outspeeding everything on his team. On the switch, striking down his Conkeldurr, doing a lot of damage. The reason he switches out Conkeldurr is because he does have the priority, he's the gut set, and the thing is he does have that additional 50%. I decided to switch out because I know Dittdra can take one of those Mag Punches quite easily, but I don't want to take the possible crit. That's something I cannot afford to take. Plus I do have this Starmie right here to absorb any kind of move he's gonna go for outside of Payback, which he's most likely not gonna risk it because I could have easily Draco Meteor again with Dittdra and take him out, so he's most likely just gonna play it safe to do some damage. But right now he's gonna switch out as I'm gonna proceed to go for the Ice Beam right here, get some damage or take down his Conkeldurr if he doesn't decide to switch out, and he actually did decide to switch out to his Dittdra. Don't have too many stuff to take this Draco. Plus like I said before, as long as I have this Ditto can come in easily. It can scout, and not to mention Ditto needs to be preserved for later on. Ditto should never ever be sacrificed early on. Ditto is not a Pokemon you sacrifice. Ditto is a Pokemon you save up, especially late game, because Ditto works wonders. Dittdra is a dragon type, and dragons are, steels are the only type that resists dragons, and right here Dittdra is a threat. His own Dittdra is his own enemy in this case. As you can see, one of his teammates is his own weakness, and this is the thing to it. Ditto plays a role where your team kind of needs to deal with each other if you're fully offensive, like hyper offense. But right now, as it stands, it isn't looking too good for him. He did Giga Drain there. I was kind of thinking Final Gambit coming my way. That is something I cannot afford to take. But luckily for me, he didn't have the Final Gambit, which I was kind of surprised because that Pokemon is quite fast. It's one of those Pokemon that would have kind of appreciate having it because, you know, but at least he didn't have it. Giga Drain didn't do much. I decided to go to Scizor. He did predict me to switch out, I'm guessing. Focus Blast away. 4-time resistant Giga Drain would have not done much, but now I'm just gonna start to go for the Bullet Punch against the Galvantula. Kingdra, I guess, could have taken one. He's just gonna Volt Switch away, I guess, predict me to switch out. Let's at least see. Well, there's not much to see. If he would have been Scarred, that would have been a problem, but most of them are Specs because they're quite fast. And this one is actually Life Orb, so that kind of makes the whole scene a bit easier for me because now I know that my Ditto can easily copy his stats of his Kingdra and proceed to go for the Dragon Pulse, dominating the Kingdra without any speed ties involved because I do have the Scarf. I can easily outspeed. Plus this Kingdra was most likely Specs, not seeing any leftovers or Life Orb. His Hydruma was Scarf and his Ferrothorn was actually Bandit. So those, yeah, lots of choice Pokemon in there. But right now, Dragon Pulse again, take down the Galvantula, and that was a late Ditto sweep. Ditto is an amazing Pokemon. I love using Ditto, especially with Hyper Offense, because really, if I face something like a Dragon Dance Dragonite, you know, if he can get like one DT up there, it can look pretty bad for my team. But Ditto is something that can easily come in and at least, you know, force a switch once something on my team was taken down and so on and so forth. But Ditto is it's such an essence, like one of those Pokemon that you can actually say that it works wonders. It can work in any tier you want to play with. It can work with defensive Pokemon because some of the defensive teams, the more defensive teams, are quite weak to setup, and Ditto can stop that because people, you know, especially, well, there are a couple of Pokemon that can easily set up against Ditto, such as Comine and Reuniclus, because those tend to resist their own moves, so that's a bit of a problem. But if you pass that, Ditto is an essence to so many teams, and I absolutely love it. So guys, that was the game for today. Good game, Shiny. That's it. Until next time, guys, take care. Peace.